uh, staffs, manufacturing these things in the factories. So that is the reason why I'm actually here, to invite people to support. I'll be glad if we can get as many as 100 manufacturing company putting mobile phones together, because that is the only reason why the people manufacturing the components that makes the phone will come to Nigeria. Do you find this? I have done mine. 90% of the materials that makes the components of mobile phone and electronics are actually sourced for in Nigeria. There is export of copper every day. What do you think they do with it? They make the printed circuit boards with them.
So in other words, Nigeria not only has the capacity in terms of human resource, even the natural materials.
That's what I'm saying.
Is also found in Nigeria.
Yeah, that's why the company we're talking to in the United Kingdom are willing to come here only if there will be up to 50 or 100 mobile phone assembling company in Nigeria. That is when it becomes a profitable business for them. Number one, they will save the cost of transporting the materials that they are actually getting from Nigeria as natural resources out of Nigeria to go and do the components. They have to do it here.
Okay.
We will save the capital flight of having to take the money to China or India to go and buy the components that makes those phones. So we will save capital flight on the importation of the actually completely made mobile phones and tablet PC. If we start to do it there, we will also save money on labor that would have been paid to some people in China or India to do those things. That could be extended, because when you're talking about sustainability, of course, if it was going to cost $1 to assemble a tablet PC, for example, in China, somebody had been paid. If I bring it here and do it here, and I pay my brother or sister for doing that, have I not, put food on somebody's table? So it's a project that even the importers make up to 20 to 40% profit. Why will the manufacturer locally wouldn't make even more than that? I haven't paid a Nigerian person for putting it together as a labor.
All right, the struggle for Nigeria, so to speak, is not the non-availability of talents. Sometimes the will to do this is another, because you're surrounded by a lot of challenging, environmental, sometimes infrastructure deficit.
Yeah.
I think of research as one of the most important tools when you come to technology. And I'm looking at how, the research coalition for this product, and perhaps with other African countries, in terms of solar. When you come to Nigeria, we still battle with a lot of, the electricity supply.
True.
And this is very heavily dependent on electricity, if you're going to talk about technology. Isn't it about time we start to reinvent the idea that solar could also be another source for powering such, mobile wares, especially in Nigeria?
Yeah, you're very right about that. It's a good idea, and it's already happening. People are actually investing in solar. But the problem I have with that is that, unfortunately, the importers of solar panels, they import more of the substandard ones than the quality ones. Solar panels are meant to last forever, possibly. But when they bring them in, you see most of the solar lights that we see. Well, an important factor that affects those solar street lights that we have, though, it's a battery life. A battery that is not up to good standard. Because when the panel gets the energy from the sun, for it to work at night where there is no sun, it has to be stored somewhere. It is actually being stored in the battery. And if the battery is substandard, there's no way the solar can actually prove the work that it's meant to do, because the energy will deplete and it will disappear from the battery. You understand? So solar energy is a good idea, but until we get people doing batteries locally, because we have the raw materials to do battery better than the one imported from China. Electrical cables, they say, is the best in Nigeria when you want to build your house now. It is because we have copper, and they can afford to put as much as they want in the production of the cables, because the resources, the natural resources that makes the copper is ours. Do you understand? So if we start to make local battery, and that is what I'm campaigning for, that's why I'm inviting people to come and join this cause. Let us stop capital flight. Let us be able to do our own thing locally. And that is the reason, that's the only time where Nigeria can make more money than spending more money.
Now that brings me to this question. You're coming to a country where most Nigerians at this point believe or think that the best things come from Europe. the best things, the things with the best qualities come from Europe. And if it's not coming from that part of the world, they're not buying it. They're not going to buy it. How do you intend to deal with that? Secondly, how do you intend to get 50 to 100 investors to establish factories where you can couple your phones, Nigerian-made phones and tablets?
The reason why people run away from locally made products or sometimes imported from non-popular countries is the fear of losing their money. If I buy a product today and tomorrow I have to throw it in the bin, I'll be afraid of buying similar products tomorrow. That is the reason when we took the ministry, if you see the video that I gave to them to actually play, if you see that video, it took the ministry to go with us to Ireland. You know what they asked? Who is the white man behind this project? Honestly, even when we were training in Calabar, they still asked, who is the white man behind this training? And I said, I am the white man. If I have a white brain, then I am a white man too. We can do it. In that video, you see just one white boy there, just for us not to look, partial. Racist. If you go to many parts of the world, most technical jobs, you find, if not the first person, the second or the third person will be a Nigerian person. Not just a black man.
But a Nigerian.
But a Nigerian person. Even some of us, I remember when I was going to do a particular business in Ireland, I need to get an Irish person to be in the front of the desk for me to get the patronage. It's that bad. And I was the one in the back of at the back of the counter doing the actual repairs of the mobile phones and laptops for the white man to get the money and put it in the till, because he's the only person they will give the money to. So it's not about white man. It's about the kind of warranty you put on your product. And the kind of warranty we have on this product is a warranty that will not cause you pain, because we give 12 months warranty on a problem that is not caused by you. We're not saying if you smash your phone or your tablet PC, we're going to give you a replacement for that. That's your fault. But if your phone doesn't power on, or the screen is flickering, or anything like that is happening to it, it's our responsibility to either fix it within a short time, or if the time is going to be more than a week or two, we give you a brand new one to replace. That is the culture in another part of the world. That is why they can even trust their own product. And that is what we are bringing on board. And we know that if we train 100 people to make those mobile phones, we would get at least 20 people that will have learned how the phone is being made, so they would be repairers of the phone. They can maintain it. So we are willing that if we have 5 factories, for instance in Lagos State or in FCT, we would possibly have up to 15 to 20 repair centers in that circumference of the factory, which means that there is confidence that if this thing has problem, I know where it's being produced, I can just take it there. And that is what we believe will keep this alive.
All right, let me go to the government now. I know that the year 2013 saw a lot of innovations by the Science Technology Innovation, and one of them was a socket ball. I don't know if you heard about it, the energy generating football that when you play for 30 minutes, it generates 3 hours of electricity, which the president also had the privilege to also see and, comment on. And it was produced by Jessica Matthews, a young girl. And another one that actually comes to mind is Adeyemi as well. Adeyemi produced what they call Pathogenica. Pathogenica seems to have the understanding to find out disease, detect, and in real time, and find out the history of the patient and how to relate with the medicines needed. Now, these are some of the brain works of some Nigerians who are outstanding in their field. How can the government come in here? Is this something you're willing to share a platform with the Nigerian government if they're so willing to share it with you?
Honestly, they are already doing a lot in this particular project. Number one, if the minister didn't come to Ireland to be convinced that we can do it and bring Swift and Just to Nigeria to do that, it wouldn't have been possible for me to be here today. So they've taken a step. The minister of Nigeria took a step to make this possible. And ever since I've been talking about empowerment by merit, I have the backing, the support of the agents of an agency, National Orientation Agency. The Director General, Mike Omeri, has been really good to me. He saw what I do has been very good and useful to the nation, to the extent that he has sponsored 100 people to be trained in FCT. And we are doing the pre-qualification series for those 100 people at the moment. We pre-qualified 20 people last Friday, and then when they came into the office, because we need to do physical appearance, final qualification to be sure that you did the interview yourself at home. And we picked 5 people, and we're going to pick another 5 people this week. So NOA is already supporting us. The Abuja Enterprise Agency, they are already supporting us. They are already looking at giving us a space where we can actually build a factory within the FCT. So we are getting their support, and we know that they will continue to support, especially when job creation was one of the major things that was discussed at the World Economic Summit, the forum that just happened. So definitely, I would not see a government that would not be happy that there is a person or group of people creating or planning a strategy of creating employment for the unemployed people. I have so many things that I have in place that I am letting out little by little. I have a project that will take care of the unemployed graduates we have every year. That will keep them at rest. That will give them confidence. I have a proposal already being given to the National Orientation Agency. Still talking about the government. The National Orientation Agency just gave us letters to be given to all the 400 members of the House of Rep and the 109 senators of the Senate. And what are we asking them to do? Sponsor at least 1 or 2 people in your constituency to learn how to make mobile phones and tablet PC. And if you do that, you have actually helped to take poverty off your constituency. And those letters are going out from today. And I'm expecting that they will react promptly to that. And if they do, it means within now and 6 months, we can actually have trained 1,500 youths within now and 6 months that knows how to make mobile phones and paper PC.
Talking about young people, Demola, this brings me to, I'm taking a look now at collaborations. I know this wouldn't be the first tablet or phone put together, assembled in Nigeria. There's an inventor, Saeed Adepoju. I don't know if you have heard of him. He is the manufacturer of the Inye Android tablet 1 and 2, and I'm looking at, you know, if collaborations at this point is one of the things you're thinking about, because another thing is if you have challenges here and there, maybe in the area of collaboration you might be able to find solutions to some of the, and possibly make this project even bigger with collaborations with those who are already on ground. What are your plans in terms of working with those who are already on ground in Nigeria?
You see, we're hailing the UK, the Ireland, the US. The reason why we're able to hail them is that they believe in partnership. They believe in collaboration. And thank God for what is happening in the music industry. It's collaboration that is actually showcasing even the new ones when they collaborate with the mature one so it is one of the things that we're willing to do. You see, the production of Minder is actually a collaboration between group of people that we call ourselves Gel Technology Partners in Ireland, which comprises of Swift and Just Nigeria Limited, Deal City, my company, and a school, Northeast College in Ireland. So these 3 of us coming together did the presentation to the ministry, and this is what we came out with. So yeah, Saeed is one person I have in mind to look for. I am not looking at making this for myself alone. I'm looking at doing this to push the lot of Nokia, Samsung, to actually bring their factory here to Nigeria to be able to employ people in
That's the
factory.
ultimate goal.
That's my goal. Let these people come here because they've seen us doing it by ourselves. Let them know that, wow, if we don't act fast, these people can actually do it by themselves. Let us come and do it for them as well. And that's my dream. So if I have that in mind, why would I not want to bring people on board? Because I can't do it alone. And the problem that many people have in the past is that they always wanted to do it alone. It will not work if you don't bring other people on board. It cannot work. So that's why I'm talking about partnership. When I'm talking about partnership, I'm not talking about investors